This is just some thoughts on karma and manifestation. Ramtha, I remember, used to have a saying that if you can ask the question, the answer is yes. So, if we are gods, if we are so expansive, connected to the entire universe or part of universal consciousness, if we are universal consciousness, surely anything is possible. Absolutely anything. We're only limited by the scope of our own imagination or our own faith or belief or awareness or wherever we are on the path. So 23, 24-ish years ago, I would have began meditating and I would have discovered karma. And obviously, initially, younger than that, I had no idea. I never heard of karma, didn't know what it was. Discovered meditation, discovered Eastern religions, and really dived into that territory and began to learn what karma was and to think that, around that time, then you go through a period of, oh, it's my karma, It becomes so kind of trendy. That Ramtha quote that if you can ask the question, the answer is yes. So, Cryon talks about dumping our karma or unhooking from the wheel of karma. He has some videos and there's books and information out there. Over the last couple of years, I would have done some writing and I focused, probably about 2 years ago, I kind of focused on unhooking from karma and just wanting to terminate. So the purpose of karma is for us to own whatever it is we've done, supposedly. I'm keeping an open mind. I still, I'm not sure if karma exists. In a way, it's kind of like when you die, go to the light. But nowadays, there's lots of different theories on going to the light. Some are saying don't go to the light, that's a trick, or trickedbythelight.com is a website on that. So there's lots of different theories out there. So on karma, for example, maybe about 12-ish years ago, or a bit less, 10, 11 years ago, my life began to kind of wind down, in the sense that it began to fall apart in societal terms. Relationship actually at that time was going well, but job-wise, money, health-wise, work-wise, a lot of these things, state of mind, addictions, peace of mind, all that kind of stuff started to deteriorate very gradually over those years, and just lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. I've really paid my price. I've paid my dues. I love the idea of these people their lives fall apart, in like 3 months. The wife leaves them, they get cancer, they lose their job, and fucking 3 months later, it's like, I found myself, I've been through like 10, 11 years. And even then, that's probably short in the grand scheme of things. So, all that deterioration in the last few years, I kind of thought, oh my God, like I had tried every avenue. And, on manifestation, what if we're trying to manifest a certain type of lifestyle or anything, health, wealth, relationship, whatever you name it, we're trying to manifest that. But what if our karma is getting in the way of that? And the karma is sending us experiences to teach us or for us to kind of make peace with and own what we did in the past or what lessons we didn't gain. So that could be influencing if we're trying to manifest. Now, I say that because I've gone down the karma route, I've gone down the manifestation route, and I've at the moment and last year to abandoned both of them. I don't really use either of them. So I have a different perspective. And does karma exist? I honestly don't know. I think it's up to each individual to feel through their own stuff. If you had asked me 2 years ago, I would have thought that a lot of what I was going through was probably my karma. That's what moved me to unhook from karma and to do that kind of cryon work on it. So now, 2 years or so on from that stuff, I look back and I don't know if there was karma involved, but my strong belief now, strong belief, stronger than when I thought it was karma. I was unsure. I was just trying that as a shot in the dark to see what would happen. My strong belief now for myself, not for everyone. It's up to each individual to feel what resonates with them. I really can't stress that enough. I don't think it's a good idea at all. We give our power away to so many different people. Spiritual fucking gurus and yoga gurus and meditation and politicians and he's so wise, she's so intelligent, blah blah blah. She's a nutritionalist genius. I don't give a fuck. I think listen to your own gut and your instinct and test what these people say and feel, does this feel right for you? I still eat meat. I need meat. My system and my being is still working with the energy of meat. And a point may come where I don't eat meat, and I can't. So I think that's cool. That's fine. So I'm working with the energy of that. It's purposeful to complete my journey with that, and it could go on another 100,000 lifetimes, or I might never eat meat again after I record this message. So whether something be karma or be your higher self sending you information, it's up to you to find your way down that rabbit hole and to feel your way through that journey and see. Different things may resonate with you on different days. So for me, regarding manifestation, I have had experience, and there's I think of I don't know, is it a video or article? I do touch on it in the past, that with roulette numbers, for example, I've been in the past being able to see, I can't remember now, it's something like 90, 80 or 90% to see what roulette number would be coming up, what number the ball is about to land on. So, and then I was as well also, I have an article actually on manifestation, that I manifested motorbikes in the past, and I put in a lot of time and hours of candle focus and various visualizations, various meditation practices in order to manifest this thing. So it can work, but what's the possibility of your karma interfering with that? And from my experience, what's quite strong for me is, well, what is my higher self sending me? So over these 10, 12 years of my life kind of breaking down to be reborn ultimately, dying for a rebirth, it's been, manifestation in that experience has been pretty much a waste of time. It's been pretty worthless, really. So, and I don't say that as a bad thing or a negative thing, or it's like, oh, I'm disappointed. I was at the time because I thought, oh, I'm just stuck in this cycle, But it was to actually ultimately empower me to find who I am, to find my own resilience and my own independence and interdependence. So why often we want to manifest things is to feel better. It could be to feel more successful or happier or more fulfilled or have the right partner, whatever it is. But underneath that, often in our modern Western society, there's all sorts of unhappiness and trauma and loneliness, and it's all a disconnection, or all a bit much the same maybe. But there's a great area of that's a disconnection from our own being and being at peace. Now that's okay. We'll work through that over many, many lifetimes. You don't have to do it this weekend. So, but some of us are pushed to conquer, to master a certain area right now. And that's been my experience over the last 10, 12 years. It's like there's no room to breathe. You're not being allowed. I was surrounded by people who were making an awful lot of money while I was making zero. Couldn't pay my bills, and whatever avenue I took, the door was closed. It was like, no, you're not being allowed. And that's why I then ended up at the unhooking from karma with Cryon. So Cryon sounds like crayon, so I might call him Crayon from now on. So it wasn't, now in hindsight, karma. But then maybe it depends what you think what you define karma is. It was my higher self. It was me. It was my being was generating back against the wall experiences to force me to learn fast. Now I'm 42 years of age, and all my life, whatever I'm kind of committed to, not that I'm committed to everything, but whatever I really want to experience, I'm a kind of baptism of fire person. I'm in at the deep end. I'll go all in. Addictive, compulsive. I want all of it. If I want to do this, I'm going to fucking do all of it now to gain that experience. So for me, if I want to be free, if I want to be free from, say, economic insecurity or materialism or my ego, there is part of me right now that I feel, I don't want to do that over the next 600 lifetimes. I want to do it over the next 10 years if I can, or I want to do it over the next 2 weeks. Well, maybe the next 2 weeks might be a bit extreme because it's like, I don't know if I can handle that. But over the next few years, I'm willing to fucking sacrifice, to surrender, and do what it takes to break free. Because I feel I'm playing the long game. This is one piece of the jigsaw, one piece of the trajectory. This journey goes on and on and on. So it's like, what piece can I really fucking gather from this journey, from this lifetime? What can I get in place for this lifetime so that when I come back for the next, or please God, that I don't have to come back for the next, that I actually stay here. I'm not looking to get out of here. I'm actually looking to stay here. And my ideal goal would be to not die, would be to conquer death. So if I can get to that point and get as much as possible, much learning, then I'm free or freer. And then I can expand more and I can enjoy life more. For me, I learned, and I'm still learning, that a lot of my experiences I'm sending. Like, for example, yesterday at some point I was driving and I saw a couple at a bus stop even, a young couple, and one of the couple just reached for the hand of the other. Now this happened in like half a second. Driving in traffic, I glance over, I spot this couple, I keep driving. But in that moment, saw one reach for the hand, just to hold the hand of the other, and I felt that yearning in my own heart, that a little bit of pain. And what came out of that in the afternoon and the evening was a bit of work on myself, of releasing and integrating and making peace with that little bit of pain. But my point is that my higher self, sent me that experience. There's a contract with those people, if they even exist. Do this because it'll trigger him right now. He's just finished work. He's tired. He's on his way wherever. That's all. This is all it takes. So I designed that. We've designed absolutely everything. So if you're broke, and there was a woman I worked with recently who I totally identified with, she was broke and she was doing the self-care and meditation course that I do with women, and she was saying, if only she had more money, that she could, say, rent a van and drive across America and just have that time and space to give that healing to herself and to meditate and to listen to herself and take care of herself. And I totally identify because I've had that in the past for years. If only I could just go and be on a beach for a while or be in the mountains and be free of, the pressure of life. But we've designed this exact experience exactly the way it is to get the most out of us. So it's no coincidence, and it's not bad luck that maybe we find ourselves broke or in a dying marriage or a relationship or a boss who's an asshole or whatever. We've picked all of these to squeeze us, to put us against the wall perhaps, so that we can go, I can learn from this. And that's what a lot of my work is about, is take responsibility for all of that and be proactive rather than reactive. When we're reactive, we're going, the boss, I have to go into work today, what am I going to do? We're always on the back foot. Whereas if we're thinking, I'm fucking going into work tomorrow, I'm going to whatever, and there's a list of preparations of what I can do in that moment to capitalize on that work with that boss and grow through it and expand through it. So the idea that spirituality is the yoga school in India or the ashram or Vipassana for 10 days or whatever it is. There's not much in that for me. That's not my journey. My journey is real life. It's bills. It's the stress of relationships. It's traffic. It's homelessness. It's cold winters. It's life is fucking tough. I want to be spiritual in that. I can be spiritual in the monastery on the mountain. I can do that in a fucking heartbeat with my eyes closed. Doesn't bother me. Easy peasy. Can I be spiritual on a Monday morning when it's 0 degrees and I've fucking slept in my car and I'm freezing cold and my work is so physical, I get covered in dirt and and all these things lined up. Can I be spiritual when I wake up in the morning and my husband or my wife is like fucking arguing with me and the kids are screaming and I don't have the mortgage money? That's a challenge. That's real life. That's spirituality in my eyes. To be centered in those moments and to have that power and focus to go, I'm on top of this. Not only am I on top of this, but I'm fucking at peace and I know how to handle it. I'm not going to get pushed around. I'm not going to be abused. I'm not going to give my power away. I'm strong. That's what I'm seeking. So that's why we send ourselves, or that's why I have sent myself these challenges. I don't believe it's karma. And I don't believe it's a lack of manifestation or bad luck or anything like that you'd kind of that's a bit of a kind of cop out, I think, for me. But I do think it's highly possible and plausible that many people are caught in karma, and many people I've seen can manifest amazing lives, and they consciously manifest. Fucking fantastic. I envy them. But for me, part of my journey has it's like I've been told, no, not now, because you'll just manifest things that will inflate your ego and status and waste your time. Basically, the new cars and the sunny houses and the beautiful women and the whatever distractions. It's like, no, your journey for this lifetime is to fucking do work, is to break free, is to clear away a lot of that old status-based male ego. That's my work up until now. So as that's cleared, perhaps I'll be freer to manifest. But regardless of manifestation, as I clear that stuff, I'm actually more at peace anyway. So there's less need to have those things that I wanted to supposedly feel good, which was just inflating my ego. So that's that. It's just a suggestion, an idea to keep our options open around the idea of karma or manifesting or what we're being shown here and what's part of our journey. To latch on to any of those three things I don't think is a good idea. It's like, I'm going to manifest, and we're then ignoring what we're actually being shown to work with. Or it's all karma can be a way of not taking responsibility what we're actually being shown to work with, and so on. So I hope that was of use. It was certainly a longer video than I intended. Enjoy your day. Thanks for listening. Bye.